Good afternoon, First ARP Church. Welcome to this week's installment of Five at First. I am Billy Marino, the church administrator. This is Pastor Matt Kukin.
Hello, everybody.
I know it's been a couple weeks. I'm going to be better with communication and letting you know if we're not going to have a Five at First. But being out of town and taking care of some things, just got a little caught up. So
I know you've missed us.
yes, and we're excited to share with you this week. And we do have some fun things up too. So I'll go first if that's okay. So we just got a new roof on our classroom building, the education building over on the other side, the older building. So that's very exciting. And thanks to the support from our church and our members, it made this possible. So thank you so very much, because the leaks and some of the other things that we kept trying to fix didn't seem like it was working too well. So now we have a new roof. So hopefully
no more buckets on the third floor.
Hopefully no more buckets. Yeah, and on Sundays you don't see any buckets or any stains on the tiles of the ceiling. So that was the first thing. The second thing is I'm happy to announce that on the way from the Welcome Center down to the admin building, kind of where the covered walkway is, all of those parking spots are now senior parking, and they're labeled that way. So with the exception of the one at the end, which is a handicap parking spot, and then there is one open spot. Otherwise, there is 9 senior parking spots.
Our high school seniors are going to be thrilled.
They are. High school seniors. We did this especially for them. No, of course we're joking. But so some of our senior members had let us know that it is a challenge sometimes to get into the building or find a spot that is not walking all the way at the end of the parking lot. So now we have those 9 spots in addition to the handicap parking up by Chester Street, and that one spot that's at the very end of the senior parking as well. And so that should open up some more parking for some folks that, maybe need to be a little closer to the building. So that's very exciting.
That's awesome.
And the last thing I'd like to share with you is we're starting to change some of our wayfinding signs. So I don't know if you've noticed, in the new part of the building, like in the fellowship hall, in the MAC, the gym, the admin building area, we have all these gray signs, kind of like the ones that are beneath the covered walkway that take you to the gathering place in the fellowship hall. Well, we did get some more of those, and we're starting to put those throughout the education building as well. So keep a lookout for those. 3 of the main ones that we have are on the second floor, kind of next to the library. So whether you're coming up those stairs, heading to the second floor, whether you're coming down either way, down the hallway, you'll see those wayfinding signs. So there's no more taped on kindergarten anymore, and everything looks fresh and clean. So I'm very excited to share that with you. And you'll see a little bit more of these as we can do them and as the funds allow.
That's awesome. And those are important projects just for people feeling at home and knowing how to find their way around.
And I think too, it's important too for everyone to know that, like, what some of the things that our tithes go to. Yeah. It doesn't only go to the maintenance, upkeep, and the ministries, but it does go to like improvements around campus as time and money allows.
It's good. And I think it's part of too being hospitable, that as people come in who may be newer to the church, that they can find their way around.
Absolutely, yeah.
No, and I'm so thankful for our facilities and that God has provided for us. And I remember back in 2010 when I first came, there were sections of the building that kind of just weren't even used and just kind of weren't up to date. But I feel like God has blessed the church with ministries that now I feel like every square inch of this campus is used daily.
Yes.
And certainly on Sundays. And so I'm thankful that we can kind of keep it all up. So thank you all for your support of that. I have a praise and an invitation. The praise is just a past couple of weeks up at Bon Clarkin. We had a wonderful Sunday worship service at 11 a.m. on Sunday, July 9th. I want to thank all of those who came up and just got to see that beautiful camp and conference center and worship with us up there. And that was followed by a week of music conference where our choir joined with other choirs from other churches and clinicians and got to sing praises to the Lord and enjoy great fellowship. And one of the things I love about that event is it's intergenerational. And so there's a lot of just life together happening up there and deepening relationships. So I want to praise God for that. Last week, a number of our kids, youth, and adults were up for Camp Bon Clarkin. It's a camp for, I think, 3rd through 8th graders for just summer camp, but it's also specifically for learning more about the Lord. And I had the opportunity to be the camp speaker, and a number of our adults were leaders there, and our youth were counselors. And so I just wanted to let you know that that God works in those summer opportunities in unique ways,
Yes.
and there's periods of rapid growth that happen in events like camp. So thankful for our church's support of that. Lastly, the invitation is to our men's ministry event tomorrow night. And on Friday night at 6 o'clock, we're having a men's ministry summer event. We're going to have some lasagna and some good food together. But also we've invited former Duke basketball player Chris Duhon, who's now the head coach at Gaston Christian, to come and talk about the importance of mentoring in his life, share a little bit of his story. Obviously, it'll be interesting from his standpoint of how God put people in his path to grow him spiritually and athletically and in his career. But I think for all of us, men and women, we need mentors. And the goal of tomorrow night is to introduce a men's mentoring ministry and kind of get some buy-in there. So come out. If you'd like to come, please RSVP to Aaron Radford, our pastoral intern, or don't tell anybody, but you can just show up and we'll figure it out. And we'd be glad to have you. But we're looking forward to that time, and would love to invite you to that event as well. All
Sounds
right.
good. That's all I have.
All right. I don't know if we made it in 5 minutes, but thanks for watching.
Thank you so much.